these lines on my face getting clearer. The past is gone. It went by like dust at dawn. Isn't that the way? Everybody's got their dues in life to pay. Half my life's in books, written pages. Lived and learned from fools and from sages. You know it's true.
What's going on, guys, and welcome to MSC F1. We are live here in Japan. It's a full wet race, so it's going to be drama, and it's going to be very difficult to get some overtakes going. What's going on, Dutchy? Bambo, how are we doing? And so Angry Badger is the first driver out on track in that kick Sauber in the rain as we go up towards turn 11 at the hairpin. So out of turn 11 and down towards the right-hander at 200R. So Angry Badger and Welsh Sponge are the two drivers out on track at the moment. If you are watching on Twitch, make sure you check out the MSC F1 YouTube channel. They do absolutely amazing promos and everything. Some of the overlays and stuff like that JK does is absolutely brilliant. It's so good, some of the intros. And so we're on board with Angry Badger in the kick Sauber, the green machine, as we go through 130R and down towards turn 16. So we're going to go for a lap, and we are on board with Angry Badger. So, a little slip and a slide there coming out of the final corner. Down towards turn 1 and 2 we go. No DRS, but he'll use a lot of that battery. And it's tricky around here. Nearly loses the back end already. XD Paco is out on wets. Down to the snake. Into turn 3, 4 and 5. And then through the anti-banked curve at turn 6. Around the left-hander, that is Dunlop at turn 7 and down towards Degner at turn 8. Remember, this is the double right-hander, but look how close he is to the right. He's over the grass. He's gone deep into turn 8 through turn 9. So you can see the conditions. It's tricky. He's struggling there. What's going on? How are we doing? Yeah, let's go. So down towards the spoon curve, so in towards turn 13 and 14, and then we'll come down the back stretch. So this is where he'll use the rest of that battery as we go and head towards turn 15 at 130R. And full throttle through here, even in the rain. And then in towards the right and left-hander at the Casio triangle. And Angry Badger will set the benchmark here in Japan in Q1, and it's a 141.1 for him. What about Welsh Sponge, who's invalidated it? Wow, what about Baton and Ortron? So we'll see who's in front. It is Baton that is just in front at the moment. Viper Gaming in the Aston Martin. He's just started his lap. But at the moment we are on board with Baton in that Visa Cash App RB. Just coming around turn 9. Up towards turn 11 at the hairpin. Nice and tight to the apex. And then just feathering the throttle on the way out, and he's got his ERS on really early out of turn 11 as we go through 200R down towards Spoon Curve at turn 13, just hugging the apex. Into turn 14 we go, and then down at the back stretch for the V-cab. So he's on them intermediates. He's not chancing it on the wets. And I think Baton, did he just back out there as we go in towards 130R? Yellow flag's waving. That might be drivers just moving out of the way, although it is treacherous conditions out there in towards Casio Triangle. And then he'll head to the line. That was not a bad sector for Baton. In towards the line we go, and it's a 140.39.9. Great lap from Baton. Ortron is also on a lap, and then we do have somebody else coming through. That is Adam Fleetwood about to start his flying lap. We have a couple more kick salvers. That's Angry Badger on an in lap, and then we've got Ortron behind him coming in, and he's kept it valid. So where is he going to go? Will he put it? No, it's a really slow lap from Ortron there, maybe just struggling. Viper Gaming in the Aston Martin. He's coming down towards the line. It's a 140.4, puts him up to P2 here in Q1. Crytek has invalidated it, and then we do have a McLaren of Banana. Well, we know he's had PC issues, but let's see what he can do with them. And it's a 140.1, it's up to P2, but Cam McKenzie comes through in the Alpine with a 139.1. And Welsh Sponge in the Haas will come to the line. It's a 139.8 for Welsh Sponge. What about Baton? He's on an in-lap, and then we have a couple of Mercedes drivers. That is, so we'll go, so Baton, then you've got, he's Ortron on another lap. I'm trying to find any of the drivers. Adam Fleetwood in the Red Bull. So Adam Fleetwood, only one driver will go out in Q1. Adam Fleetwood not wanting to be that driver as he comes into Spoon Curve. And Cam McKenzie leads. Welsh Sponge in P3, Baton in P4, and Banana in P5. So Adam Fleetwood just weaving left and right. So that tells us all we need to know about this lap. And then Mirko is also on an out lap. So it's hard to find a couple of the drivers that are on flyers. Daddy Cool in the Mercedes being one of them as he comes around turn 8 at Degner and in towards turn 9. So, Daddy Cool coming out of the hairpin at turn 11 in at that Mercedes. Remember, if you are looking to join MSC F1, you can join the Discord below. So, Daddy Cool coming down in towards the Casio Triangle. This is going to be his lap. He's going to be in the 140s, though, as the rain is really tricky for Daddy Cool. Andy goes wide there. It's going to be in the 2s. It's a 142.0 for the Mercedes driver. Mirko also on the lap. Here comes Adams on the wets. Wesley Hackstein in the Haas. Ali is also on an outlet. We'll go on board with the Scarlet Ferrari of Mirko on the intermediates. The drivers will just continuously set laps when they're on the intermediates. They don't need to save tyres. They'll just keep going and going. So Mirko coming down the back straight, heading towards 130R. He does have a V-carb just in front of him. So through 130R and in towards the Casio Triangle for Mirko in that Scuderia. And then down towards the line. Where is he going to put it? Adam Fleetwood goes fastest, but Mirko goes even quicker at 137.4. And he is setting the benchmark. Viper Gaming comes through a 139.0. Baton and Banana. Orson, that's Banana, has invalidated it. So has Ortron. His teammate of Angry Badger is on an outlap. Then we've got a driver behind him. That's Adams. On the wet compound tyres is the Williams. A little bit of traffic just in front of him. But he comes in to 130R. And where can Adams put it? We've got Adam Fleetwood already in the Red Bull in P2. And the Williams doesn't have a teammate on the grid tonight. So through the Casio Triangle for the Williams driver on them full wets. Down towards the line we go. And it is going to be a 140.1 on the wets. So are the intermediates the tyre of choice? Here comes Ali on the intermediates. Down the back straight. And the Papaya McLaren heads into 130R. Purple sector 2 for him. And remember, only one driver will be eliminated in Q1 as it stands. Into the Casio Triangle for the Belgium driver of Ali. Coming out of the final chicane. Down towards the line. And Ali goes up to Peter. 138.1 for him. Baton goes up to P4 in the V-carb. Improves by 9/10 of a second. Adams is also improving. What about the McLaren of Banana? He's on another lap. We've got a Haas driver of Wesley Hackstein. He will be next. We have a couple of drivers just coming up towards the line. I don't know if they're going into the pit lane. But here comes Wesley. He's not using that battery as he goes into the Casio Triangle. Is he going to be able to improve? He's on a 142.7 at the moment. He is doing another lap on the wets. Down towards the line goes Wesley. It's going to be in the 139s. A 139 freeing up to P8 and just in front of his teammate. Angry Badger is on another lap. So we've got Mirko in P1, Ali in P2, Banana in P3. We've got Adam Fleetwood P5, Baton P6, Viper Gaming P7, Cam McKenzie P8 and Wesley Hackstein P9. And then his teammate of Welsh Sponge in a P10. Adams in the Williams. He's trying to improve. He's 1/10 up as he comes through 130R. So where can the Williams put it? Can he improve on his lap time? 6 minutes left of Q1. It's Cinders yet to set a lap time and up to P10. Angry Badger takes it right back off him though. Crytek is on an outlap. Cinders still yet to leave the pit lane. Is the driver going out in Q1 at the moment? Mirko is 3/10 up on them intermediates. Ali is going again. There's a few drivers coming up towards the line. Baton is not on a flyer, so it will be Ali in the McLaren. I think he's down. He is, and he invalidates it anyway. So we do have a Ferrari. Is that Mirko? Is he going for another lap? I don't think he is, no, because he's not using. He is using overtake now. Oh, he is. He's 8/10 up. Is Mirko? So the track is getting quicker. Here comes Mirko. And then down towards the line goes the Ferrari driver. And Mirko goes even quicker, a 136.3. So the track is drying up. It's getting faster. Adam Fleetwood into P2. Viper Gaming in P4. Banana in P5. He's not improving his lap times. Wesley Hackstein goes into the pit lane. What about Welsh Sponges? 1.1 up on his lap. This will be interesting to see where he can go. Cinders finally on an outlap. How did Welsh Sponge keep that valid? That was a terrific line through there. And then in towards line, Welsh Sponge goes up to P5. What a lap from him. And then Cam McKenzie is going to start another flyer. Angry Badger invalidates it. Adams still out on them wets, but he's on an in-lap now, and he's going to head into the pit lane and maybe try the intermediates out if he needs to. Crytek in the RB. Just coming through Sector 1. So Krytek coming out of the hairpin. Oh, well, Spunge didn't have any training in the wet. I don't think he can really have training in the wet since he took it away from time trial. So, in towards Spoon Curve for Krytek in the RB. Angry Badger is retired. He thinks that's enough to get into Q2, and it might well be. So, down the back straight for the RB. He's got a Mercedes just behind him. He's 1.4 up. That's going to put him around a 139.0, which will put him right up towards Baton, probably in front of Baton. So let's see what Krytek can do. Is he going to go up to P? Oh, who just went up then? Wow, somebody just made a... And that is a 139.0, and he's just behind his teammate of Baton. Cam McKenzie is next. Daddy Cool in the Mercedes. What about Cinders in the Aston Martin? This is the driver everybody's waiting on. Jordan, you're absolutely right. You can go into rain in Grand Prix mode, but in time trial you can't, can you? So, Cinders on a lap. At the moment, it is him going out in Q1. Can he save himself with 2.5 minutes to go? So the Aston Martin driver, he needs to beat the time of Daddy Cool. And the Aston Martin coming out. Oh, the Casio triangle down towards the line. And Cinders, this is a good lap. Cinders a 137.9 goes up to P3. Wow. Angry Badger is definitely at risk of going out here. Ortron is on a lap. So is Daddy Cool. BRT Jordan. I don't think I've got you as a friend. No, I haven't. So, Ortron in the Sauber is slightly up on his time. You'll have to add me, Jordan. So, Daddy Cool coming out of the hairpin. So with 1 minute to go, it is the Mercedes driver that is going out at the moment. Mirko and Adam Fleetwood, 1-2 still in the pit lane. Well, Sponge in P3 just sets another lap. Viper Gaming and Cinders, the two Aston Martins in 5 and 6. The two McLarens, Valley Alley and Banana in P7 and P8. The two RBs of Baton and Krytek in P9 and P10. So here comes Daddy Cool down the back straight towards 130R. Full throttle through there, and it's Adams that's in the pit lane. So Adams is the driver at risk. Angry Badger is safe. Can Daddy Cool eliminate the Williams driver as it comes down towards the line? It's going to be close, but Daddy Cool does not do enough. And that is it for the Mercedes driver, the one driver that goes out. And it is Daddy Cool in the Merc. So Ortron is safe, all the drivers are safe. They'll still set the laps, or maybe even just back out at this point. Yeah, Ortron has invalidated it. And then we got the RB of Krytek just coming through Spoon Curve. So Krytek coming down the back straight. He has backed out. There's no need to post the lap now. And then you've got Well Sponge in the Haas. He's also backed out. And the McLaren of Ali Ali is up on his lap time. Is he still going to go for it? The checkered flag has been waved. He is safe. So, Ali Ali. Baton's also up by 0.4 of a second in the RB, so they do want to prove their worth, even though they're already through to Q2. So, Ali Ali down the back straight into 130R for the McLaren, down towards the Casio triangle for the Papaya, and he does have the RB right on his tail, and he'll go up towards the line. and he will set the benchmark. He's going to go fastest, is it? He doesn't, up to P2. And then Baton goes up to P8, and that is it. Oh, Cam McKenzie is 1.8 up. Maybe he just wants to set a marker, tell them that he is here, and he's not playing around. Cam McKenzie out of the Casio Triangle, down towards the line we go. This is going to be close. It's going to be a 1:36.9 and up to P3 for Cam McKenzie. It is Daddy Cool that goes out in Q1. Sorry, I just want to look at something settings. Telemetry. So it is Mirko that is the fastest driver in Q1. Ali in the McLaren in P2. Cam McKenzie in P3. Adam Fleetwood in P4. Welsh Sponge in the Haas in P5. Then comes Viper Gaming, Cinders, Baton, Banana, Krytek, Wesley, Angry Badger, Ortron and Adams. And it's Daddy Cool in the Mercedes that goes out in Q1. But still a lot to play for these drivers going in towards Q2. It's going to be a tricky race, as I said. And you can see there being a few drivers that struggle to stay on track, especially in the rain here. And so let's jump on board with the first driver. It is Ali that will go out first, and he'll try and be the first driver. Maybe RT John didn't add me. One second, guys. Sorry, guys. Right, so we're on board with Ali, the Belgian driver, coming through the S's. And then in towards the anti-bank curve at turn 6. That safety car is back out now in Q2. Around the Dunlop curve at turn 7. The long left-hander. And then in towards Degner at turn 8 and 9 for the McLaren driver. Nice and tight to the apex there with 12 minutes to go. And Ali is the first driver out. In towards the hairpin at turn 11. We go for the McLaren driver. And then he just wants to feather the throttle out of turn 11. Doesn't want to get his foot down too early and lose the back end. He's not using any of that battery yet. Look at that. He's still not touching it. Down in towards Spoon Curve at turn 13 and 14. Let's down the back straight into 130R, and we've got the RB just behind him, right on his tail, in towards the Casio triangle for the McLaren driver. Keeps it valid right on the limits there was the McLaren driver. Wow, that was really close, and it's a 137.6 for Ali, and Mirko takes it right back off him with a 135.6 for the Ferrari driver. Brilliant lap from him, and then Adam Fleetwood with a 136.7. Through comes Cam McKenzie at 141.4. He will want to improve on that. He won't be happy. And then we have another McLaren. That's Banana in the other papaya. Track evolution is insane. It is, Dutchy. It really is. So, Banana out of turn 11. And then in towards Spoon Curve at turn 13 and 14 for the Scotsman. Down the back straight we go towards 130R. The McLaren driver, his teammate currently in P3 here in Q2. And Bananarama is going to be next. And then we have the Haas of Welsh Sponge right in the slipstream of the Mercedes in front. Wow. Bananarama coming down towards the line. And it is a 137.8. And then Welsh Sponge right on the tail of that Merc in front. Just getting the slipstream. Oh, the Merc moved out of the way, or something happened there, because Welsh Sponge lost so much time. He's down to P7. He also lost time to the Mercedes. So Ortron will be next in that kick Sauber. There's yellow flags waving, but we have no driver on a lap at the moment. We do have a couple of drivers on out laps, one of them being Angry Badger, so he will be next. Sorry guys, 1 second. So Angry Badger is on a lap. What about Adams in the Williams? He's coming through sector 1. Angry Badger coming through sector 2. Sorry, I'm just trying to set something up whilst I'm on the game to get elementaries and stuff like that, guys. So just bear with me. Just because it's Q2, I thought it's a good time to just sort it out. So Angry Badger coming down towards the line. He's up to P7, a 1:39.3. Crytek will be next, just behind the Aston Martin of Viper Gaming. Viper Gaming comes down towards the line, the Aston Martin, and he goes up to P6. What about Crytek in the RB? RB goes up to P9. Cinders in the Aston Martin is also on a lap, but there is another McLaren out, and that is Banana going for another lap. He's nearly a tenth of a second up as he comes through Spoon Curve. Oh, he's invalidated. He's run so wide there. So the Haas is going to be next. Wesley Hackstein on an out lap. Okay, 1 second, guys. I'm just trying to set up live timings during qualifying, so I do apologise. We'll stay on board with Wesley Hackstein in a minute. Don Dedge, click options, enable live timing. Hold on 1 second. Options, enable. Yeah, I've got it. Enable live timings. Yep. And then press options again. Yep, got it. Click show IP. So live timing, yep, show IP, right, I've got it, show IP, yep. So the code you see, so if I go to settings, telemetry, so this here, so I need to put 192. And will this stay the same, Don Dedge? 168.0.211. Right, that I've got that. The UDP port, that's right, 20777, because I already changed that, because I was trying to do something like this previously. One second. Yep, got that, done that. Now change it on. Yep, done that. So Wesley Hackstein goes up to P4. Beta moves out of the way. We've got Angry Badger, Viper Gaming. We've got Cam McKenzie in the Alpine. Welsh Sponge, all setting lap times. Remember, the bottom 5 do go out. Yellow flags are waving. Here comes Viper Gaming again. He's not improving. What about Cam McKenzie? He's 4 seconds over. 1:37.4 for him. Baton coming through Sector 1 in the RB. What's done? Reboot. Yep. Just reboot him. Click live time. Oh yeah, go to live timing. Oh my god, no way. That's amazing. Oh, Don Dedge, that is amazing. Yeah, thanks, mate. Cheers. That is amazing. Oh, mate, you're going to save me so much time doing that. Right, so, Baton up to P5. Don Dedge, you are a legend. I absolutely owe you a beer, mate. In my jacket, John Lewis jacket. Mirko goes faster at 1:35.6, 2.5 minutes to go. Wesley Haxley and Adam Fleetwood calls it a day in Q2. The two Hasses are in P4 and P5. Baton in P6, Cam McKenzie in P7. Can he improve? Cinders is in to Q3 as it stands. Ali, the Belgian driver, will have something to say about that, and so will the South African of Ortron in the Kick Sauber. Crytek is coming through Sector 2 in the RB. He's coming down the back straight now. Let's see if he can improve and get into Q2. Adam Fleetwood is all but safe at the moment. The rain is still falling here in Suzuka. The Mercedes is 0.3 up on his lap time. Mirko has set the fastest lap. Here comes Krytek. What I had left from work. So Mirko in P2. Cam McKenzie is retired in P8. Is that going to be enough? Wesley and Welsh Sponge are still going to try and improve their lap times. The two Hasses. It will be Welsh Sponge that comes to the line first. Welsh Sponge 15%. His tyre wear on them intermediates. So he's going to, and that's why he's backed out. Wesley Hackstein will now come through as he goes up towards Spoon Curve. And at the moment, the Racing Bull of Bayton, the fastest driver on track in terms of pure speed. So here comes Wesley Hackstein trying to get a little cheeky slipstream from that Ferrari in front. So here comes Wesley Hackstein in towards the Casio Triangle. 30 seconds of Q2 left. And he comes down towards the line. He's not going to improve, but he is going to hit the line to go for another lap. Cinders in the Aston Martin. Ali is invalidated his lap. That is unbelievable. Banana is not coming out of the pit lane. He is out. Angry Badger is out. Crytek is out. Viper Gaming and Ortron will try and improve and get through, but Ali is on the brink of elimination here in Q2 for the Japanese Grand Prix, and Viper Gaming goes out. It's now all down to Ortron, and incredibly, Ali could be safe when it looked down and out for the McLaren driver. He might just scrape through. It all comes down to Ortron now in the kick-style as he comes down the back straight towards 130R. It's a purple Sector 2, and at the moment he will knock out Ali. Oh, this is so close. Ali waiting for Ortron to make a mistake, coming through the Casio Triangle. It's down towards the line for Ortron, and the South African driver does go through. Ali is out, and Cinders is through. Cinders is into Q3. Incredible. So it is the Mercedes in P1, Merkel in P2, Adams in P3, Adam Fleetwood in P4, Wesley in P5, Welsh Sponge in P6, Ortron in P7, Baton in P8, Cam McKenzie in P9, and Cinders in P10. It's Ali that goes out in Q2. Bananarama follows him. The two McLarens both go out. Angry Badger in the Kicksauber goes out in P13. Viper Game in the South African in the Aston Martin goes out in P14, and his countryman of Crytek in the V-Cab goes out in P15. So a couple of drivers are straight out, two of them being the Haas, one of them being Cam McKenzie in the Alpine that leads the way in Q3. He's not waiting around for nobody. So, Welsh Sponge, Ortron, and Cam McKenzie coming out on used intermediates. So, the Haas has gone through, so it is going to be Wesley that leads the way, so let's ride on board with him. So, Wesley Hackstein into the slipstream of the safety car. Right, down into a flying lap. So, down towards turn 1 we go, on board with the Dutchman. Through turn 1 and 2 with the Haas driver. Heading up towards the S's. You see the dry line starting to form here on this Suzuka circuit, and he's trying to stay within that dry line just to get the best out of this tyres. But remember, Wesley is on fresh intermediates. So in towards turn 9 we go, and then down towards the hairpin at turn 11. 35.5 for his sector 1 time of Wesley, and then out of the hairpin at turn 11, the Alpine of Cam McKenzie, sector 1 time 11 seconds slower than Wesley. So up towards the spoon curve at turn 13 and 14, where the Wesley has the fastest sector 1 time so far, quicker than his teammate, quicker than Adam Fleetwood by 1/10 of a second. So down the back straight and in towards 130R for Wesley Hackstein. He sets a 42.7 for sector 2 in towards the Casio triangle for the Haas driver, keeps it valid, and now down towards the line we go. The Racing Bull of Baton is also on the lap. Wesley at 136.4. Baton is around 6 tenths slower than Wesley in sector 1. Welsh Sponge is also slower in Sector 2 than his teammate. The Haas driver of Wesley is the quickest driver in Sector 2. Baton coming up, but we have a couple of more drivers coming through. This is Adam Fleetwood in the Red Bull, and he was 5 seconds slower in Sector 2. And Welsh Sponge is currently up in Sector 3, but Adam Fleetwood comes through, and it's not a great time for him. What about Baton? There's also a Ferrari of Merco about to start his flying lap, but Baton comes through 1:30 so that's a purple Sector 2. So Baton in the RB. He's gone quick in Sector 1 and 2, down towards the line, and it's P3, 1:38.2 for him. That is Adam Fleetwood, P4. Merco is now on a lap. And what about Adams in the Williams? Adams goes quickest, a 1:35.6, provisional pole with 7 minutes to go. Merco in the Ferrari. Let's have a look at his lap times. The Ferrari driver, we'll see what his Sector 1 split is. Remember the Haas, and it's a 41.5. That is the quickest. No, it's not actually. It's a lot slower than the Racing Bull, who got a 36, or 5 seconds slower. So this is a bad lap for Merco. So yeah, he must be backing out. Ortron in the kick Sauber. Let's see what he can do. Ortron is on used intermediates though, as he comes through Degner curve at turn 8 and 9. And Ortron with a 36.3 for his Sector 1 time. That is relatively quick in comparison to what the drivers have been setting so far. But at the moment, the Williams of Adams is the fastest driver on track. So 1 second. Oh, that was just the safety car. So here comes Ortron down the back straight. So many drivers on laps and different lap times. Ortron a second slower than Adams' Sector 2 time. So this is going to be probably slower than the Williams if he's lost a second in Sector 2. And the kick Sauber down towards the line. It's a 1:38.1. It's P4 for him. Cam Mackenzie's on an outlap. Merco in the Ferrari is going again. Adam Fleetwood is 1.8 up. Adam Fleetwood is on a charge here. Remember, he did set a lap time of 1:41, so he's definitely going to improve. Up towards Spoon Curve we go. What's going on, Phoenix? How you doing, mate? Hope you're well. So, through Spoon Curve we go. And down the back straight for Adam Fleetwood in the Red Bull. Adam Fleetwood currently 0.148 off of pole position. He's 4.2 up at the moment. Here comes the Williams. Here comes the Red Bull of Adam Fleetwood to compete with the Williams. And this could potentially be quickest for Adam Fleetwood, who goes P2 by 4 tenths of a second. Cam Mackenzie in the Alpine is going down towards turn 11 at the hairpin. And I think he's just backed out there, Cam Mackenzie. What about the Ferrari of Merco? Is he going to improve? We shall see. He's about 4 tenths up on his lap time in Sector 1. And he's 17 seconds up in Sector 2. That says all you need to see about his first lap time. Down towards the line we go for Merco. It is going to be fastest. A 1:35.111 for Merco in that Scarlet Ferrari. Cam Mackenzie's coming down the back straight towards 1:30 as well. Let's see what he can do. Cam Mackenzie will be next. 3.5 minutes to go here in qualifying. In towards the Casio Triangle, and he's way down on his lap time, so he's not going to find anything here. Wesley is now on an outlap, just about to start his flying lap. We'll stay on board with the Dutchman once more. So Merco's lap time around 5 tenths quicker than Adams. We'll have a look at Wesley Haxton and see what his sector times are like. through the S's. He's got his teammate just in front of him. Is he going to get a bit of a slipstream off his teammate? Let's have a look. So down towards turn 8 and 9 we go. And he does have his teammate just in front of him. Over Degner curve. He's 2 tenths up on his lap time. He's going to carry on improving through turn 9. Down towards turn 10 and then into the hairpin at turn 11 for Wesley Hackstein, the Flying Dutchman. Here comes the Haas. There's so many Dutchies. It's great. Oh, Wesley backs out. Wow. So he's going to go again. He's going to try again. So it's going to be Baton in the RB who's going to attempt to get up this grid. Remember, Cinder's yet to set a lap time, but he's made it all the way into Q3, which is absolutely phenomenal for him. Yeah, can still get a lap in. So Baton coming up towards Degner curve at turn 8. So Baton is out on fresh intermediate tyres. He's currently 0.7 up on his Sector 1 time. So he's already improving massively. And currently the fastest driver on track in terms of actual pure speed of the car is actually Ortron. 306 kilometers an hour. He is checked in at the moment. Second coming in is Adam Fleetwood at 304, same as the Haas of Wesley. But the slowest at the moment, Cinder's 284 kilometers an hour, but that's only on an outlap, so don't worry about that. Looking at the driver on pole, only clocked in at 301 kilometers an hour, so you can see the different types of setups in terms of speed and cornering. Here comes Baton, down towards the line we go for the RB, and it's up to P5 for him. Cinders in the Aston Martin starting his flying lap. Welsh Sponge in the Haas is 3 tenths up. What about Baton? 1.7 he improved. Wesley Hackstein is a half a tenth up on his lap time. Adams in the Williams coming in towards the hairpin. We will go back on board with Welsh Sponge, who is 3 tenths up as he comes in towards Spoon Curve. Yeah, next week, mate. Next week, Phoenix. Because the week after I'm down in London on that Monday and stuff like that. So down at the back straight into 130R. He's nearly 7 tenths up on his lap time. Is Welsh Sponge. And the fight of the dragon for the Welshman as he comes out of the Casio triangle. Down towards the line we go. Welsh Sponge is going to put it into P4 and in front of his teammate. The checkered flag has waved here in Japan. So who is going to get pole in Suzuka? Adams comes to the line, doesn't improve. Baton is not improving either. The Aston Martin of Cinders is finally going to get a lap on the board. He got into Q3. Where can he put the Aston Martin? Down in towards the Casio triangle for MSC F1 Cinders, who has already done a phenomenal job getting into Q3 as he slips, as he slides, as he glides into the line and up to P7 for Cinders. Cam McKenzie in the Alpine. What about the RB? That is Baton that is invalidated. He's not going to improve. Ortron is going to be next through 130R. 6 tenths up on his lap time. This is going to be close to the Aston Martin of Cinders. Into the Casio triangle. Down towards the line we go. In the green machine. The South African of the Kicksauber. Down to the line. And Ortron stays in P8. Here comes Cam McKenzie. He's gone purple sector 2. The Alpine driver trying to get a good starting position for tonight's Grand Prix. Here comes Cam down towards the line. It's a 1:36.7. It's P7. The Mercedes driver going into the Casio triangle around the final corner. And the Mercedes comes down to the line. And it is pole. A 1:34.5. We saved the best till last. So XD Paco is on pole. It is Mirko in P2 that will start on the front row of the grid. Adams in the Williams in P3. On the second row, Adam Fleetwood in P4 alongside him. On the third row, it's Welsh Sponge in the Haas alongside him. His teammate of Wesley in P6. On the fourth row of the grid, it's Baton in the V-Carb in P7. Alongside him, Cam McKenzie in the Alpine in P8. On the fifth row of the grid, it's Cinders in the Aston Martin in P9. Alongside him, Orchard in the Sauber.
Past is gone. Like dust to dawn. Isn't that the way? Everybody's got their dues in life to pay. Half my life's in books, written pages. Lived and learned from fools and from sages. You know it's true. All the things come back to you. Sing with me, sing for the year, sing for the laughter, sing for the tears. Sing with me, it's just for the day. Maybe tomorrow, the love will take you away.
So MSCF1 is back and we return here in Suzuka for the Japanese Grand Prix. The circuit will be racing around this evening for a 50% race with full qualifying. The drivers will head down towards the first turn at turn 1. They'll ease off the throttle as they go through turn 2 and then head towards the S's 3, 4, 5 and 6. As they come out of turn 6, they'll head in towards the Dunlop curve at turn 7. And then around the left-hander, slightly uphill, we head as we go up towards the Degner curve at turn 8. You'll be hugging the apex all the way through here and then easing off the throttle as we go in towards turn 9, using the apex to the left-hand side. The drivers will head down in towards the hairpin at turn 10 and 11. We'll see a few of the drivers trying to make an optimistic move down in towards the hairpin. Through turn 12, the long right-hander, the drivers will head in towards Spoon Curve, the double left, at turn 13 and 14. As the drivers come out of turn 14, they'll prepare themselves for a long straight without the help of DRS. They come down here and the famous 130R at turn 15, where we see balls of steel from Fernando Alonso. The drivers will compete through this section of the track as we go down towards the Casio Triangle at turn 16 and 17. Through the right and left hander, they'll come out of here feathering that throttle down towards the line, through the right hander at turn 19 at the last curve, and then in towards the start finish line. So we are on the formation lap. So here we go. Every single driver on intermediates. Can't wait for this one. This should be cool. Should be a really good race. There we go. Bear with me. So here we go, Baton down one. Cinders is down 2 places. Banana stays in position. XD Paco leads. Mirko in P2. Adams in P3. Wesley Hackstein is up 2 places. Adam Fleetwood is down 1. Cam McKenzie in the Alpine is there. Welsh Sponge in the Haas down 2 places. Baton is right on his tail. Ortron, Ali Ali. Here comes Ali Ali in the McLaren on the side of the kick Sauber as they go down in towards the hairpin at turn 11, and it is the kick Sauber that just stays in front of the Papaya McLaren. But can Ali Ali get a better exit on the Aston Martin as Cinders? He does, and he stays in front. So all the drivers really closely matched. I'm so sorry that I had it on mute right at the start of the Grand Prix. I was going absolutely off my head as well. So Adam Fleetwood, Cam McKenzie, Welsh Sponge is just outside DRS, and he's got Baton right up his backside as they go down the back straight towards 130R. Here comes Mirko in the Ferrari. Ali Ali is through on Ortron once again. The McLaren on the kick Sauber. He's just got a bit more straight line speed. The Ferrari of Mirko, no DRS enabled, going into the Casio triangle. The Scarlet Ferrari on the back of the Mercedes AMG. He's so close to him. He's hunting him down as they come out of turn 16 down towards turn 1 into the slipstream. He'll use a bit of that battery to try and get ahead, but at no prevail at the moment. Here comes Crytek in the RB that gets past the Aston Martin of Vipertech, and now Angry Badger fancies an opportunity. And down in towards turn 1, and here comes the McLaren of Banana. I don't even know if he's in his car. And Daddy Cool in the Mercedes. Banana is through on the kick Sauber. Not sure what's going on there, though. The kick Sauber is back through. Angry Badger stays in P14. So, Mirko still in P2 at the moment. How do I get it to position? There we go. So, that is Krytek out. Oh my God, Krytek is out. Where has he crashed it? Where has Krytek? Oh, he's just retired on track actually and left. So Krytek is the first retirement and he is out. So yellow flag's waving. Mirko is still there and Adams is still within DRS range. So that is the possible strategies for this race. I mean, I say they're within DRS range. There isn't DRS, but you get what I mean. Adam Fleetwood on the back of Wesley Hackstein. 16 drivers on the grid. Welsh Sponge tyres already 10% worn. That's more than any other driver on track so far. And now here comes Mirko down towards turn 1. Goes the Ferrari driver right on the tail of the Mercedes. There goes Ali on Baton. The McLaren driver through on the RB. The RB got a better entrance into turn 1 though. Can he get that move back? As Ali goes to the right hand side. And Krytek is joined, but his car is out. So Baton chasing down Ali as he closes the gap. Is he able to get past? We shall see. 1/10 of a second separate them. He's looking for an opening. Is Baton. The two Belgium drivers. One in a McLaren, one in a Racing Bull. So Mirko still 4 attempts off the leader on lap 3. In towards the hairpin at turn 11 we go. Remember, because it's wet, there's no DRS, so very limited overtaking opportunities around the track like Suzuka with no DRS. With DRS, you've got a sort of an opportunity to go for an overtake down in turn 1, but when it's raining, you've got literally no chance. I mean, if you get a really good exit and use all of your battery, you have got an opportunity, but not much. Here comes Adam Fleetwood, so the drivers have got to be well aware of this, and they've got to time their overtakes to perfection. Into the Casio triangle we go. Adam Fleetwood chasing down Wesley Hackstein, and then he has Cam McKenzie on the back of him. Here comes Mirko. I said about overtaking, and he is using his battery, he's burning it, but then the Mercedes will use his battery, and then there's nothing there for an overtake without the DRS. Can he switch it back? He can't. Here comes Adam Fleetwood on the back of Wesley Hackstein. This is for P4 on the grid. And still, he's not able to make the move either, going through the S's. I mean, Japan is such a difficult track to get an overtake with DRS, never mind without it. So the drivers are going to struggle to gain any positions. They've got to just be patient here. They've got to wait. They've got to time it absolutely right. Into Degner curve and towards turn 9 we go. Uphill slightly into the hairpin. Here's the Mercedes to the Ferrari to the Williams, all still within a second of each other. Mirko is showing some serious pace around Suzuka. But just having a look at the ERS, all the drivers are still trying to save it. Ortron and Cinders both burning their battery. So Mirko 4 attempts behind as we go down the back straight. Adam Fleetwood and Cam McKenzie both using that ERS, and now here comes Adam Fleetwood on Wesley Hackstein, and the Red Bull driver is through on the Haas, through 130 how they go. Fernando Alonso-esque by Adam Fleetwood. He was not backing out of there. Tokyo drift style through the Casio triangle, and Wesley Hackstein just admires the balls there. Viper Gaming is through on his teammate of MSC F1 Cinders. Was that tactical? Can Ali come back at Welsh Sponge? The McLaren is through on the Haas, and up to P7 goes the Belgium. What about Wesley? Can he get that move back off Adam Fleetwood? MSC F1 Cinder staying with his teammate. The two Aston Martins close on track. Welsh Sponge still behind Ali Ali as they come out of the S's. That was one hell of a send. So Wesley on the back of Adam Fleetwood, a huge snap there from the Haas driver, but managed to hold on. And now up towards Degner Curve at turn 8, down towards turn 9. No driver with any penalties so far. And towards turn 10 and 11 at the hairpin. Wesley is being very cautious with his battery, maybe waiting for an opportunity to open up in front of him before burning that battery. Now Mirko is starting to drop off the Mercedes. Daddy Cool with a first time penalty. We jinxed it. So into Spoon Curve at turn 13 and 14. And then down the back straight. Can Wesley get a decent exit on the Red Bull driver? He watches his rear view mirror. He can see him coming. And he can see him starting to attack into 130R. Wesley is closing in. Is he able to make a move down in towards turn 1? Let's wait and see. Well, Sponge on the back of Ali Ali. Just a little bit far back to get an opportunity. Into the Casio triangle go Wesley and Adam, and here he'll come. I'm not sure he'll use much of his battery knowing that he's that far behind, as he does not want to waste it, as we are only on lap 6. It'll be interesting. Now, I genuinely believe that an undercut will be absolutely huge here in Japan. It's so difficult to overtake that I feel like an undercut will just be massive. And so maybe something for Mirko, Adams maybe, Wesley to think about. Maybe even a driver like Ali Ali or Welsh Sponge. Yes, there's 21 laps to go, so I'm not saying just yet, but maybe go quite early. You know, you can defend a lot in the rain around here. So Wesley's dropped off Adam Fleetwood a little bit. Welsh Sponge on the back of Ali Ali, still within a second. Oh, and then he just touched the grass for the first time ever. Welsh Sponge down in towards turn 11 at the hairpin. And out he goes, and he has lost a second to Ali Ali with that touch of grass. Daddy Cool on the back of Banana by a second. I don't even think Banana's in his car, to be fair. So the gaps are starting to open up. They're starting to get wider and wider. That's the thing around a circuit like Suzuka. It's so difficult. That's why I'm saying an undercut here. You know who I think might try an undercut? Somebody like Cam Mackenzie. Cam Mackenzie is one of them drivers that will try something, and I feel like in the next couple of laps, Cam Mackenzie could go in and try and get that undercut, because he's only, what is he, like 5 or 6 seconds off the leader? So maybe something to think about. I reckon he could pinch a podium with an undercut here. So Daddy Cool on the back of Banana the Mercedes into the Casio triangle and then down towards the line. 20 laps remaining here in Japan for MSC F1. So what about Ortron on the back of Viper Gaming? Oh, he made a mistake there. This yellow flag's waving. Who is that? Oh, that is Cam Mackenzie. Cam Mackenzie has made a mistake and the Alpine has dropped down, and so has Ali Ali. What happened there? Did they both make the same mistake, or was they a collision? So that is really bad for the pair of them. And that is Viper Gaming on Ali Ali, and he's got no rear front end plate on the right. So he's got front wing damage. Cinders, he's up to P11. And Ali Ali will be gutted about that. He's now got Angry Badger catching him up. Wesley is through. Adam Fleetwood has made a mistake. Adam Fleetwood in the Red Bull is down to P5. Mirko now 1.8 off the leader. Oh, he's made another mistake. Adam Fleetwood going through 130R in the rain has hit the wall. He's got damage and he's down to P6. And it's going to get even worse as he heads into the pit lane, and into the wall he goes. And that might just be it for Adam Fleetwood. So, Adam Fleetwood is out in Suzuka. Ali is also out. The drivers are dropping like flies. And the gaps on lap 8 have just... There's literally nobody next to each other. You've got Daddy Cool on the back of Banana, but Banana is AI. So there goes Daddy Cool on Banana, and the overtake is done. Yeah, I think that's the thing, because sorry, with a race like Japan, it's quite difficult to get an overtake in the dry, even with DRS, because it's only a short run up down into turn 1, and you don't get DRS down the back straight. So it's quite a difficult track to get an overtake on anyway. And in the rain, you're just not going to get an opportunity unless you're extremely close to them. They've got no battery, and you can burn all of your battery. That's the only way you're really going to get a move done, unless they make a mistake and you capitalise on it or something like that. So it's going to be really difficult to see what happens, and the drivers are just going to have to be patient and wait for the other drivers to make a slight mistake and take their opportunities when they come. But with 18 laps to go, and there's no driver within 1.6 seconds of each other. 1.3 is Cam McKenzie and Baton, actually. So the track is well spread out after only 9 laps. So Adams 1.4 behind Mirko. Mirko 2.4 behind the leader. Welsh Sponge in the Haas in P4. Wesley Hackstein in the Haas in P4. His teammate of Welsh Sponge in P5. Are any of the drivers going to go for an undercut? And Daddy Cool is rounding into the wall. And Daddy Cool is missing an end plate as well. So Daddy Cool drops right to the back of this grid. He's also got a 3-second time penalty. And the fastest lap of the race so far is the Mercedes, a 1:39.3. Mirko not far behind with a 1:39.6. And the Williams of Adams, a 1:39.5. A 1:39.1 now for the Mercedes. Let's have a look at Adams. He was 4 tenths quicker than Mirko in that last lap, Adams. So 4 tenths he gained on the Ferrari driver. Baton is going for the undercut. Welsh Sponge tyres are on 57% already. So there comes in his Viper Gaming, and they are double stacking, and that is beautiful. The Aston Martins, what a pit stop, a double pit strategy. Here comes Adams. We said he was lapping quicker than Mirko, and he is doing. He's now only 7 tenths behind the Ferrari is the Williams. He was 4 tenths quicker than him on the last lap. It'll be interesting to see how close he is now and how quicker he was on that last lap. On this lap, sorry. Down in towards Spoon Curve. There goes Baton on Angry Badger. Nothing Angry Badger can do, as Baton is now on fresh tyres. So here comes Adams down the back straight. There's a mistake there by the Ferrari. Can Adams come through and make the move? Down towards 130 we go. And the Williams of Adams, who is taking seconds out of Mirko here, will go down in towards the Casio Triangle. And we'll have a look at the lap times for lap 10. And into the pit stop goes Adams. We won't look at the lap times. So Adams is going for the undercut. So will any of the other drivers go in? Wesley stays out. Welsh Sponge goes in. He is sliding everywhere. And Welsh Sponge, 66%. His tyres are on. So there's no wonder he's now going into the pits. So is Cam McKenzie. in the Alpine, also going into the pit lane. Where will these drivers come out? Here comes Baton, who went for the undercut. Is he going to come out in front of both these drivers? And Baton with the undercut. Baton has come out in front of Welsh Sponge. What an undercut that was. What did I say? The undercut was going to be great. That is Ortron that is off the track. The kick Sauber. And his tyres are only on 49%. I mean, they're still really, really bad. But he's made a mistake. And that is Adams that is taking time out of Wesley now with them fresh tyres. Well, Sponge only 1.3 behind Baton. What about Wesley, Mirko, the Mercedes? This will be interesting to see what these drivers do. One of the Mercedes nearly already lapping the other. And that Mercedes that leads the race is going into the pits. And I think the Ferrari will follow him in. He does. And I'm pretty sure Wesley will be next. Is Adams going to undercut Mirko? This will be the bit that all the viewers are waiting on. Yeah, that's true, Dutchy. That is very true. Here comes Adams. Is he going to come out in front of Welsh Sponge and Mirko? Is the undercut going to work for Adams? He does come out in front of the Ferrari. And Adams is up to P2. We said the undercut would be huge here in Suzuka. So Welsh Sponge comes out. And Baton has undercut Welsh Sponge. Well, he already undercut Welsh Sponge. Sorry, Viper Gaming sets the fastest lap of the race. And he comes out in front of Ortron. So, Welsh Sponge is chasing down Baton in the RB. So, look at this. 6/10 separate them as they go through Degner Curve at turn 8 in towards turn 9. Here comes Welsh Sponge on Baton. Into the slipstream goes the Haas. Down in towards Spoon Curve. Can he make the move? He's all over the rear diffuser of that RB in front. Out of... Oh, and he's just made a slight mistake, the Haas, but he gets his foot down. Down the back straight we go. Heading towards 130R. Is he going to go round the outside? Look at this from Welsh Sponge. Is he going to let off the throttle? He switches it back up the inside. He gets his foot down early. And down towards the Casio Triangle. Welsh Sponge backs out for now, and he'll go again. Down towards the start-finish line we go. On board with the Haas once more. And he is going to try and make the move again. He moves over to the left-hand side. He'll burn that battery. And the Haas of Welsh Sponge is back into P5. And the RB right on his tail. So we are on lap 13 here. And Adams, 2.4 clear of Merkel. That undercut was massive. I didn't expect... Well, I did. I did say it was going to be really strong. Look at Baton. Only a tenth behind Welsh Sponge. And he is dropping off a little bit now. What about Ortron on the back of that AI car? And through he goes. So, Baton, well, Sponge is starting to get his foot down now. And that is the Mercedes that sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Only 5/10 is the RB behind the Haas. There's just not much going on at all across the track. We're clutching at straws here, but the drivers are still putting on a phenomenal display. Because although there's not much action on track... Oh, look at that! And Well Sponge makes a mistake. Although there's not much action on track, the drivers, you do not understand how difficult it is to race in the rain around a circuit like Japan. So I take my hat off to these drivers because it's really difficult. They're doing a phenomenal job. So here comes Baton on the back of Well Sponge. The RB is all over the rear wing of that Haas as they go into Degner Curve at turn 8, down towards turn 9. The RB gets a good exit and up towards the hairpin at turn 11 we go. And they do go wheel to wheel, and later on the brakes goes the RB. And the old switcheroo from the Haas. And Well Sponge out of nowhere pulls it right back out the clutches of the RB. And what a move that was from Well Sponge. The yellow flags are waving. That is the kick Sauber of Ortron. The South African driver is around. But that was amazing from Well Sponge. So, can Baton respond? The switchback was beautiful. So, into 130R we go. Well Sponge picks up a time penalty. So, at the moment, he would lose the position to Baton and Cam McKenzie. About 3 seconds. The Alpine using a lot of his battery to try and catch up. Adams in P2. He's now 4.7 clear of Mirko. Mirko had a lot of pace, but now he seems to be dropping off. And Adams has now hit a new level. He's really performing now, the Williams driver. Banana and Orton do go into the pit lane. And Cam McKenzie 1.5 behind the RB is the Alpine driver. So Cam McKenzie around a second behind Baton. And that, other than them two, all the other drivers are way away from each other. With 11 laps remaining, and Adams just keeps extending the gap to Mirko behind. Cam McKenzie is eyeing up the RB in front. And Ortron has just set the fastest first sector of anybody in this race so far. So he's now starting to put his foot down. And he is catching up to Daddy Cool, only 1.5 seconds behind. Remember, Well Sponge has that time penalty, and at the moment he'll go down to P7. 1 second is the gap now for Ortron behind Daddy Cool. So Adams now 6 seconds clear of Mirko. And Ortron still taking time out of the Mercedes in front. The fastest driver in a straight line around this circuit so far tonight is Ali. So Cam Mackenzie only 9 tenths behind Baton. The drivers are so spread out when you look at the map in the bottom right. It's actually quite fascinating. Ortron in the south, but on the back of the Mercedes of Daddy Cool. In towards Spoon Curve we go, and the Mercedes goes wide, and through goes Ortron. He makes the move. Daddy Cool makes a mistake, and that is exactly what the drivers are waiting for. They're waiting for each other to make that one slight mistake, and they've got to capitalise on him. That was his opportunity, and he took it. Now Cam Mackenzie is waiting for Baton. So here comes Cam Mackenzie, half a second behind Baton. And he's looking to the left and right, seeing where he can get through. In towards Casio Triangle. The gap is 4 tenths. Wesley is back into the pit lane. He is 10 seconds clear of Welsh Sponge. This could be a great decision. Baton is back in as well with 9 laps to go. Well, just 10. So Cam Mackenzie is up to P5. So Wesley does pit. Viper Gaming is through on Baton. And Wesley as well comes out behind the Aston Martin. He really needed to come out in front of Viper Gaming because he doesn't want to get held up when he's going for the undercut. So he needs to make light work of Viper here. Doesn't want to get caught up behind him. Oh, over Degner Curve at turn 8, and the Aston Martin is struggling. He makes a mistake, and through goes Wesley. He's got to burn that battery. He does not want to go back behind the Aston Martin in towards turn 11, and Wesley is through. That's just what he needed. Viper made a mistake, and Wesley said, "Thank you very much." So the undercut is now on for Wesley. Adams stays out again. What about Mirko? He's 7.5 seconds behind Adams. Maybe it's worth going for an undercut now for Mirko. Maybe even Welsh Sponge. Let's see. Oh, he's slipping and sliding. And he is. He's going in. So the Haas drivers opt into pit on separate laps. And in comes Cam Mackenzie. Wesley stays out. Viper Gaming comes in. Where is Wesley going to come out now? Was the undercut strong? It was. Look at that. He's going to be so far ahead of his teammate. So, could he possibly get a podium here, Wesley? And Baton comes out in front of Welsh Sponge again. It's deja vu. Baton went for the undercut during the first pit stops, and he came out in front of Welsh Sponge, and he's done exactly the same again. And I think there's yellow flags waving. I'm not sure who it is. So Welsh Sponge behind Baton. He's trying to catch up to him. MSC F1 Cinders is into the points and up to P9. Wesley has taken 2 seconds out of Mirko in that lap. Wow. The Mercedes has pitted now. Does Adams stay out? Oh no, he does pit. What about Mirko? I think Mirko will also... No, he stays out. Mirko stayed out. I think that could be a bad decision. He is going to go into the lead of the Grand Prix. He is going to go into the lead. So it is Mirko that is your race leader on lap 20. Adams is going to have a lot to do. Here comes Welsh Sponge and Peyton through 130 yards side by side. The RB goes off the track. He comes back on behind the Haas driver as we go down towards the Casio Triangle. And it is Welsh Sponge that comes out in front of Peyton down towards the start-finish line. Can the RB respond? Can he do anything at this point? Down towards turn 1 we go. But it is Welsh Sponge in the Haas that is just in front. He is burning the battery, but he's not close enough to make the move. And there he goes up the inside. Hits the rear wheel of the Haas in front, but they just cling on. Wow, that was close. So Mirko, 3.5 seconds in front of the Mercedes. He's 11 seconds in front of the Williams. So, what about Peyton again? Closing the gap through the Degner curve at turn 8, in towards turn 9, 7 laps to go. Cam Mackenzie's tyres already on 25% wear. Autons are on 36%. So, up towards... Oh, when he goes off the track there, Welsh Sponge, and he made a mistake. He slides around turn 14 at Spoon Curve. And now Peyton is back onto him. 1.8 is the gap to the leader. I think Wesley could find himself getting a podium here because I think Mirko has messed up. Mirko could have easily finished in P3 today, but I think he might have just chucked it all the way. I know there's a long way to go when Angry Badger is up to P10. I know there's a long way to go for the drivers because Wesley is around 19 seconds behind Mirko. So he's still got a long way to go. But 19 seconds, I think, is possible with 6 laps to go. Especially looking at the tyre wear of Mirko. And then looking at the tyre wear of somebody like Wesley. And there goes XD Paco. And he is through on Mirko in the Ferrari and back into the lead of the Grand Prix. Now, Adams, over to you. Here comes Peyton, again on Welsh Sponge. How come you aren't in your car, Banana? Look at the gap, already down to 7.2. And having a look at the laps, Mirko's last lap time was a 1:41.5, whereas in the Mercedes it was a 1:38.4. So he was around 3 seconds quicker than the Mercedes in the last lap. Adams in the Williams was a 1:37.9, so he was 3.7 seconds quicker in that last lap. Was Adams, and Wesley was a 1:39.8, so he was around 1.7 quicker than Mirko, was the Haas driver, and that's only going to increase, so keep your eyes peeled on that one. Well, Sponge, remember, has that time penalty, so he's going to lose the position to Peyton if the RB driver can stay with him. So, to be honest, looking at the lap times, and here comes Peyton on Welsh Sponge around the outside going in towards Degner Curve, and the RB is in front of the Haas once more. Can Welsh Sponge come back at him? I'm sure he can. And down in towards the hairpin at turn 11. Mirko had the slowest lap out of every driver in the top 10 on lap 21, so just bear that in mind with 5.5 laps to go. So Welsh Sponge picks up another time penalty, and that is Cam McKenzie that is through. Welsh Sponge has made a mistake. Baton is through, Cam McKenzie is through, and now look at Adams chasing down Mirko on lap 23. Wow. So 0.6 between Adams and Mirko. .4. Wesley's still got a lot to do. He's still 13.4 seconds behind Mirko. Here comes Adams down towards 130R, and the Williams driver of Adams on them fresher tyres is back up to P2, and the Ferrari is a sitting duck in the rain. Now over to you, Wesley. A podium is in the sights for the Dutchman. The last lap, Mirko's lap time of 1:41.8, and Wesley was a 1:39.5, so 2.3 seconds quicker was Wesley than Mirko on that last lap. Wesley is going to be within striking distance of Mirko come lap 26 at this rate. The end of lap 26, start of lap 27. It's going to come right down to the wire. Not like that, though. If Mirko keeps making mistakes on his old tyres like that, then Wesley is going to be within striking distance a lot quicker. And literally, Mirko just cannot get his foot down. And he's lost 5-6 seconds to Wesley. And he is struggling. And that's a kick Sauber that is round. And look at Wesley. He is catching Mirko at a phenomenal speed. The gap is now 4 seconds, and Wesley can see the podium in his sights. So here comes Wesley. He's got to be careful now. Look at the Ferrari. He can't keep the car on track. Down the back straight, and Wesley finally up to P3. We said striking distance was what, lap 26, lap 27. The mistakes that Mirko has made has gifted Wesley a podium. Maybe even Baton could catch him. Mirko's got no option but to maybe pit here. So what is the Ferrari driver going to do? He does pit, so that means he's going to go down to maybe P7. And now XD Paco, Adams and Wesley have been left out in the top three. So Baton is up to P4. Cam McKenzie in P5. What about Welsh Sponge? Welsh Sponge goes up to P6, Viper Gaming. So Mirko will come out in P7 on them fresh intermediate tyres. And the strategy was just all wrong for Mirko. Sorry, one sec. So here comes Mirko on the back of Woe Sponge, the Ferrari on the Haas. He moves over to the right hand side into Degner curve. They do touch. Woe Sponge is going to try and defend in towards turn 9. They go wheel to wheel, go the Ferrari and the Haas, both Ferrari powered engines up towards the hairpin at turn 11. Still nothing to separate them, but Woe Sponge has to back out, and Mirko is back up to P6. We are on the very final lap of what has been an exhausting race for the drivers. And here comes Angry Badger on cinders. He's trying to take P9 away from the Aston Martin. Into the slipstream goes Angry Badger. And this is to double your points for the evening. The Aston Martin making a mistake over the curb there. He does slide. Can Angry Badger capitalise? He can't. He was reluctant to go for it. And Angry Badger just couldn't make it work. Cinders does hold on. So that was another little snap from Cinders. Is he struggling on the tyres? Now here comes Angry Badger. He touches the grass and he can't get through. He's got to get through eventually. XD Paco is catching up to him into Spoon Curve. Here comes Angry Badger again. He makes a mistake and Cinders might just fend him off. To be honest, if I was Cinders, I'd be slowing down trying to let that Mercedes through. Because then they could hit the line and finish the race. If they're not lapped, they won't finish the race. They'll have to go round again, and then he's got to defend for a full lap again. Here comes Angry Badger on Cinders. Cinders goes onto the grass. Oh, and here comes Cinders in the Aston Martin. And the Sauber go wheel to wheel all the way to the line. This is incredible. But it's the Mercedes that wins here in Japan. And the Aston Martin goes back in front. Mirko is through on Cam McKenzie. He finally gets it. Mirko is through on the Alpine. And the Mercedes wins in Suzuka. It's all happening on the last lap. Peyton is now behind the Ferrari driver. But let's go back on board. And Cinders is onto the grass. And Angry Badger has doubled his points. Oh, wow. Adams comes through to take P2. And Wesley is on the podiums. Wow. Mirko will take P4 with a really poor strategy this evening. I think he's thrown away a podium here. But what a drive from the top three. Oh, Mirko. Mirko has a flat tyre. That was a really tough race to commentate on. So Viper Gaming, I don't think he's in his car. So Daddy Cool, that's his first wet race he's finished. Well done, mate. So, and Suzuka is a really difficult wet race as well. Cinders, your tyres are on 86% wear. Same as the Alpine of Cam is on 83, Well Sponge on 81. Wow. So all the drivers come through, and that is it. So let's go through the standings. There you have it. The Mercedes on the top step. Two Dutchies on the podiums. So let's go through the final standings. It is the Mercedes driver that takes the race win with the fastest lap. Adams in the Williams takes P2. Wesley in the Haas takes P3. Mirko in the Ferrari takes P4. And Baton in the V-Carb in P5. Cam McKenzie takes P6. Woe Sponge takes P7, Viper Gaming takes P8, Angry Badger in P9, and Cinders takes the final point in P10. Then comes Banana in P11, Daddy Cool in P12, Ortron in P13, and then Ali 14th, Adam Fleetwood in 15th, Crytek in P16. What a race, what a Grand Prix. And that is it for round 8 in Japan. So that is it. Driver of the day will go to Wesley Hackstein. What a drive, what a podium. Right, that is it, guys. Thank you all so much for having me. That was it for round 8 here in Japan. No problem, mate. My pleasure. We'll be back next week for round 9. Make sure you tune in. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a great week, and I'll see you next Monday.
The freight is sitting heavy on my shoulders. The rain is coming down, it's getting colder. Feels like I'm gonna run out of time. I never thought that I would be the soldier. Can I keep it all together, my composure? Cause I got another mountain to climb. And I feel the darkness right now, yeah. But I really want this somehow, yeah. If I jump, it's more than a vow. 'Cause this ain't over now. This ain't over now. Sometimes it feels like I'm living a dream, but I know that it's real 'cause I'm still fighting for it. Yeah, it feels like I'm living a dream, but I know that it's real 'cause I'm still fighting for it. I guess I got a bounty on my head now, but I don't even take it like a threat now. That's how they be playing the game. I see the rhythm of the night from the edge now, but I ain't even trying to break a sweat now. 'Cause I got another dragon to slay. Sometimes it feels like I'm living a dream, but I know that it's real 'cause I'm still fighting for it. Yeah, it feels like I'm living a dream, but I know that it's real 'cause I'm still fighting for it. 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 I'm not ever living life from the backseat. I'm like Usain Bolt at the track meet. Try to keep it cool, but I ain't even low key. Got a hundo in my pocket, I ain't roasting. 'Cause I'm getting back to the basics. What hit me, what hurt me, what made me? 'Cause maybe this life is worth saving. And I think